Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm a Boeing 737 pilot and a member of PMDG's tech team. In today's video let's have a look at the cabin of our Boeing 737-800s. Note that at the moment the cabin is only accessible from the outside view, so you'll need to use the drone camera in order to move around. You cannot access it right from the flight deck yet, which in my opinion is a very good thing actually, because it is one of the reasons why the frame rates in the PMDG 737 are so high, while on some other airplanes the frame rates can go really low. So let's actually head over into the boarding yet. So here we are entering our Boeing 737 cabin. So I have to say the cabin is not yet 100% as detailed as it is in some other aircraft, however I do think it is actually looking very good. Note that while we are facing the one right door, we can see the red flag going over the window. And this red flag here actually is in place in Boeing 737s to make it very visible that the slide is armed. So you can arm the slides down here. There is this gird bar that has to be attached to the airplane basically. And when the slide is armed, the red flag has to be in front of the door in order to make it very visible to anyone that the door is actually armed. Going on from here, standard galley. And of course we have our cabin crew's jump seat and the cabin attendant control panel. But now let's move over into the area that's really been greatly improved recently. And that is the passenger cabin. So the quality of the seats here, including texturing and modeling, has been greatly improved, as we can easily see. And the best news of all is that they are now fully repaintable for repainters. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in a few moments on the example of one of the excellent repaints of Steve Drabeck. But before we move on, this is the business class cabin. Of course, this is going to change dynamically based on whether you have the one cabin class option or two cabin class options selected in the FMC. I'm going to show you an example of how the single class cabin looks like in a few moments. But first of all, let's have a look at the standard economy class seats that we have in our PMDG Boeing 737. This is what they look like. And note that our 737 features 184 of those in the standard configuration. So we're still having a quick look out at your guys' knees, and we're keeping a seating distance of a little bit more than what some of the low-cost carriers are using here. So this is what the cabin looks like then, going all the way over to the end. In the two-class configuration we have 160 seats, and in the single class then 184. And this is the aft galley. Note both doors armed over here right now, so we can see those red flags. And this is what it looks like. So some of you will say, well, but the Phoenix looks better. And you're right about it. It does look better in terms of the cabin. However, I do say that I think this looks pretty alrightish, keeping in mind that for 99% of the times you guys are going to be in the flight deck on the outside model anyway. So the cabin is a nice visual gimmick, absolutely no doubt about it, but at least in my personal opinion, it is not worth the amount of frame rates that it would cost to model this to a very, very high standard. Alright, so let's head over to one of Steve's repaints then and have a look what the Transavia is going to look like from the inside. And welcome to the Transavia Boeing 737-800. So this is an example of what a repainter can do with the paintable cabin in the PMDG 737. So we have our painted trolleys over here, but most notably we have our repainted seats. And I have to say, Steve did an excellent job on those. Let's just take a seat somewhere and have a look into what we get. So, bolsters, completely painted. Of course, the in-flight entertainment up here. It has to be noted that this is a static image, so there is no interaction possible with the IFE. Would be very nice, but let's be honest here, this is not a passenger simulator. And then of course the in-flight magazines that we have and the safety card in the seat pockets down below. So this is all stuff that the repainters can change in the cabin, and I am sure that we're going to see a couple of great repaints of some of the most popular cabins. Now, I am really looking forward to see what those are going to look like, but in the meantime, I would like to thank you for watching. As always, if you want to support the channel, I would very much appreciate if you would subscribe to it. Leave a comment about what you think about the new cabin. Do you think that PMDG should include a 100% full-fledged cabin at the price of maybe 10 frames a second? Or do you think that the way they are taking it at the moment is like the optimal way? I'm looking forward to hear what you think about it, so let me know in the comments below. And finally, if you do want to support the channel, there is a donation link through Buy Me a Coffee available in the video description below. Those donations are really what keeps the channel running, so I always appreciate if you guys want to support me. This is the way how you can do it. So for now, thank you very much for your attention, and I am looking forward to see you all again on the next one.